go over defensive gun uses that probably isn't covered by mainstream media. And she talks about the good and the bad and sometimes the ugly. This one is an armed bystander ends shooting at Easter egg hunt, but not before the church deacon is killed protecting others, which is unfortunate. We want to make sure that we honor that guy's brave action. So, Alicia, what happened? Tell us what happened this
one's,
week.
I just got to start. It's absolutely horrible. Right. So the article came out just last week on the 15th, or just a few days ago, and the incident occurred April 12th on Saturday. So what happened is there's a church in Gulfport, Mississippi, that held a family Easter egg hunt. So think about that. I'm sure we've all been to one, right? So what do you see there at those little family Easter egg hunts? You see a whole lot of kids, a whole lot of moms, dads, grandmas, everybody kind of just spending the time with the kids and the family, just, kind of enjoying the day and just having a great time together. So what occurred is we have a man by the name of Tyron Dion Gable, who is 24 years old. He was there with his child. We don't know the age of the child, and that's irrelevant. And his child's mother. Don't know her name either. So what we have is we have Tyron and his child's mother. Don't know if they're married or just in a relationship, who got into a fight. They're sitting there, you think, this joyous day out in the sun, beautiful time, right? Kids out there having fun. They get into some kind of verbal altercation. They're not getting along. They're having some kind of issues. So what happens? The community that's there, other families, other people kind of hear a little bit of what's going on. So that tells you how it likely was not discreet and quiet. So they're, having some kind of issue. Other people step in and try to help to de-escalate, to kind of calm the situation. And what we have is we have a deacon by the name of Eddie Shedd, who is 39 years old, who was one of those people trying to help de-escalate and intervene, trying to kind of calm the situation down. In response to all of these people trying to help, Tyron decided that he was going to pull out his firearm and start shooting the people that were trying to de-escalate. Whether we have no quotes or comments from him. Did he feel threatened? Was he just angry and wanted them to go away and not interfere? We don't know. We don't know it. There's no information given on that. But he opened fire on those who were attempting to de-escalate.
Jeez.
Horrible. So the deacon was shot, and he was killed. He was hit several times. This all happened in full view of all of those kids.
Jeez. So how did this end?
So this ended with a good Samaritan, someone else that's there. We have zero information. The one thing that we do know is that law enforcement stated that no law enforcement persons had fired. So that implies this was just a citizen who was there with the firearm. And what that person did is he did what we all hope we would never have to do. He pulled his firearm out and he stopped the problem. He stopped the shooting to stop innocent people from being hit.
That is horrible and tragic
horrible.
And sad. And I don't know what law would have prevented that, but I do know that the ability for a civilian to carry and defend him or herself didn't prevent this from happening, but definitely prevented it from
getting worse,
getting a whole lot worse. And I think that's one thing that anti-gunners say a lot. It's kind of this trump card they think they have. They throw down like, well, if somebody comes up and shoots you, you're not going to be able to defend yourself or whatever. Okay, you know what? You're right. Bad things, horrible things, evil things happen. But the ability to defend against the person doing those bad and horrible and evil things will prevent it from getting a whole lot worse.
Correct.
Which is exactly what happened here.
And we do have a second person that was also hurt. They were airlifted. So they were injured. It sounds as though they survived. I mean, this incident is still so new. I did try to do a search. I couldn't find any information on the shooter, the Tyron gentleman. I couldn't find any criminal history. I couldn't find anything. No, Mississippi, we know, is a constitutional carry state. So there was no permit required. So we're assuming at this point that he was likely not prohibited, that we can assume that he probably had a legally acquired and purchased firearm. We have no criminal history that I was able to find. But yeah, like you said, this was he was shooting at everybody that was trying to intervene. 2 people were hit. 1 was hit fatally several times. And a good Samaritan that stepped in helped to stop further innocent people from being hurt.
Good. All right. Anything else on that? Any other points to make?
No.
Nope. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, fortunately, like I said, it wasn't worse thanks to an armed citizen.
Actually, I do have one thing I want to add.
Sure.
The shooter, last name Gable, was taken into custody. He did survive, and he is being charged with 1 degree of first-degree murder as well as aggravated assault. And I mean, I was hoping that they would get him on several, first-degree murder as well as maybe attempted, but they're going with aggravated assault. So he is facing charges. And he
Good.
did
Well,
survive.
I hope he gets a fantastic lawyer and an extremely fair trial, and then he spends the rest of his life in jail. So,
Thinking about it. Yep.
all right. Hey, thanks for watching Gun Owners Radio. I hope you loved that clip. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and follow us on social media. And check out our website at gunownersradio.com.